Senegal's parliament has endorsed a controversial delay of the country's presidential election by 10 months, in a decision that could test one of Africa's most stable democracies. Well, opposition parties attempted to block proceedings in the National Assembly, claiming the postponement amounted to a constitutional coup. Security forces eventually moved in, and the bill was backed by a majority of members of the 165-seat parliament.
The ballot for the presidential election on February 25th, 2024 is shifted to December 15th, 2024.
Senegal in West Africa has never delayed a presidential vote since gaining independence from France in 1960. This decision is a major break from tradition, and it throws the country into uncharted constitutional waters. It extends the mandate of President Macky Sall, who says he's not running for re-election. His time in office had been due to end in April because he has reached the limit of 2 terms in power. The President says the delay is necessary due to a dispute over the candidate list and alleged corruption.
For my part, my solemn undertaking not to stand in the presidential election remains unchanged. I will initiate an open national dialogue to create the conditions for free, transparent and inclusive elections in a Senegal that is at peace and reconciled.
Protests have been taking place for months. Critics of the president claim that he is trying to cling to power, silence his rivals and influence who will succeed him. The delay has also been met with alarm from the regional organisation designed to promote stability and cooperation after a string of military takeovers in other countries in recent years.
The fact that an election was postponed in a country like Senegal that used to be, seen as a beacon of democratic stability will certainly accelerate the democratic decline that we've seen, particularly in West Africa.
In a statement, Ben Cardin, the chair of the US Senate Foreign Relations Committee, says the postponement of the presidential election puts the country on a dangerous path to dictatorship and must not be allowed to stand. Since the announcement, authorities have cracked down on demonstrations, they've restricted mobile internet and also pulled a private TV station off air. In the capital, Dakar, there is a sense of unease.
We never thought that such a situation could happen. It's the first time that elections have been postponed in Senegal. If Macky Sall had said from the beginning that it might be possible to consider postponing the elections, people could have anticipated it. But to decide like this overnight, it can only lead to confusion.
How I see the situation, no one will come out because people are discouraged. No one has the strength to fight or do anything anymore. If I were them, I wouldn't give up. We must fight once and for all. That's the solution.